Well, there's no prizes for guessing where I am. The opening sequence will have given that away. I'm in the Whinlatter forest, and I'd just like to say at this point, welcome to another Wainwright walk with a local lad. And I'm going to go up Whinlatter to start with and see how I feel when I get up there. So we've left the trees behind now, and the view's opening up. We'll have a look at that in a minute. Steep up there. Well, like I say, oh, lost me at Grisdale Pike there, and behind me is Causey Pike, where we were, oh, back in January I think, and the rest of the Whinlatter forest. Anyway, our way is on here and onto the top. Top's in sight. Well, it's like winter. I hope you can hear me over this wind. That's the top of Whinlatter. Skidder behind me. And there the Dodds. It's a bit of an inhospitable spot today. I'll tell you a bit more about it in a minute. Not much shelter on this cairn, but Wainwright didn't recognise this as the top. There's another top called Brown How over there. So that over towards the middle right is Brown How, and the top that Wainwright thought was the summit, and he thought that was higher, but the OS says this is Whinlatter. So there we are. It's a shame it isn't better weather, because the views over the Solway are fantastic from here, but I can't do out about that. Anyway, oh, onwards. So the rest of the Whinlatter fells are greystones on the far left, and then as we come round we've got Broom Fell, a significant cairn on top. Binsey is over the skyline there, and then Lord's Seat, which is where I think we'll go to next. And below that, which you can't see, is behind Alistair, is Barf. We'll see how time's going as to whether we go down to that. Can I say about coming across there? Awful. Squelch, squelch, squelch. Tar barrel moss they call it. I didn't see any tar barrels, but I did see plenty of moss. Anyway, we're going into the woods again now. So, alright, let's see. Let's climb up onto Lord's Seat. Well, it's fell walking, but not as we know it. So it's in terrain like this where digital mapping really comes in handy. So you can probably see there where Lord's Seat is, and there's lots of forest tracks and paths into the woods, out of the woods, and fortunately we've got a little red dot there that tells us where we are. So in effect, not far from Lord's Seat, we've just got to go up the side of that wood and around the top of it, and we'll be up there. Sounds easy, doesn't it? Oh, that's been another bog fest. Hopefully that's the end of it now. Oh, I wouldn't guarantee it. Oh wow, a proper gravel path. That makes things better. That's the top of Lord's Seat. Like on Whinlatter, it's a shame the weather's not better because the view over to the Solway is excellent. Do you see Binsey over there? I'll let you see the other direction. Oh, it's terrific wind. Down here you've got the Lawton Valley. That's Greystone. Grisdale Pike's still got cloud on it. Scar Crags and Causey Pike. Right over in the distance, see Pike of Stickle over above Langdale. Anyway, we'll not hang about here. I'll get off the top and make a decision as to how I'm going to go down. I could do with finding somewhere for lunch. Lord's Seat doesn't have a seat. So we're going to go down and have a look at Barf. The only downside to Barf, which is this hump in front of us, is a very steep descent down to the road where I'll catch the bus, but can't have everything unfortunately. Right, well I haven't filmed much coming down off Lord's Seat because the path is an abomination. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. Anyway, I've managed to keep dry feet. But that's Barf. So we'll get up there, still haven't had any lunch, and then make our way down. And that's the top of Barf. Lord's Seat up there with some folk on. It's a pretty crap path coming down from there, I can tell you. I'll let you see Bass Lake because that's behind you. Look behind you, and yeah, you nearly see the full length of it. Very windy, so I'll just have to be careful on this edge. So there's Bass Lake. We've got Binsey over there on the right. And yeah, you can see the full length of Wainwright Lake. See the Northern Fells, Bullock Pike, Carlside, Longside, Skiddaw Zinc Cloud of course, and Skiddaw Little Mannies as well. Then as we come round past the end of Wainwright Lake, you've got Little Melfell and Great Melfell just peeking over the edge, and round to the Dodds and Derwentwater. Well, I'm going to have my lunch here with a view out over Bass Lake, and then I'll set off down. I'll be putting the big camera away, it's very steep, and I might need my hand as well as my stick, or maybe both hands. So for safety's sake, big camera's going away. Anyway, I'll still have the little camera out and I'll bring you back on the way back down there. So that is much harder than I remember it, but it's probably a lot more eroded. It's really quite tricky. Now you might be able to see the white obelisk on the hill opposite, and that's the Bishop of Bath. That's Bath, not Bath. And the tale goes that when the swan at the bottom there, the white building, was a coaching in, he'd had too much to drink one night and had a wager and said he could ride his horse to the top of Barf. And the tale goes that's as far as he got. Poor horse, I say. And this stone is the Clark. No idea why it's called the Clark. That's all I know about it. Well, I'm nearly back to the road, and hopefully there'll be a bus. Anyway, that path in Wainwright's northwestern fells, he says, is one of the best short ascents in the Lake District. Like I can also say, it's one of the worst descents. Very tricky, very steep, not at all pleasant, and not one to be done by anyone inexperienced on that steep rocky slab. Anyway, all that to one side. I'd just like to say I hope you've enjoyed this Wainwright walk with a local lad. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.